After I got the admission and I accepted the offer, I was just so excited for the adventure that was ahead of me. So I was moving to a new country, a new city. There were so many things that I had to plan and think about. But one major thing was housing.
Before I came to Canada, I just got married. We were recently married and we went to our own place to find our privacy.
I decided to go and live off campus because after a year of living in residence, I have built my own community, which is my friends.
Before I came here, I have a lot of fears and questions.
It becomes really tricky, especially when you're not really familiar with Guelph and in Canada in general.
There are some stressful points about renting a place, how should you do it, who you should talk to, what are the points that you should just pay attention to.
You do not really have standards of how much the rent should be, how the room's conditions should be within certain range of the budget.
One of the things that is really helpful is that the university has resources.
It can be really challenging. It's definitely a stressful process trying to find housing, especially for international students who might not be familiar with this area. My goal is basically just to help all the students that live off campus or are looking to live off campus in Guelph, as well as providing programming and events for them to feel connected to the campus. That also includes folks that commute to the city or living elsewhere. So I do a lot of advising. I'll advise on things like looking for housing, doing lease reviews, any questions about potential listings. I'll also advise on how to find roommates, how to deal with any issues that might come up in your rental off campus. So if that's with roommates or with your landlord, understanding your rights as a tenant, that kind of stuff.
If you're not in Guelph yet, you can just go through the websites and see the pictures for different houses and everything. Maybe you can ask them to give you a virtual tour of the room, of the house and everything.
We do recommend a few specific sites. There's placesforstudents.com, rentpanda.ca, and thecanon.ca. Those are specifically geared towards student rentals, so it's a great place to start in terms of finding legitimate ads where administrators are doing a good job at trying to stay on top and preventing scams.
We will be posting ads on a whole bunch of different platforms: Facebook, the Canon, off-campus student housing, a website called Rent Panda. So there's a lot of different avenues that we try to use to reach out to prospective tenants here at the property. All of our leasing is done online, so as long as you have internet access, you can complete the entire application process remotely. We do have a lot of resources for virtual showings, so they are a fully virtual walkthrough of a specific unit, as well as we have a lot of pictures in our gallery that you're able to check out and really get an idea for what we have to offer here. My biggest advice is don't be afraid to ask questions. That's my job. I love answering people's questions, and there's no silly questions.
If you're already in Guelph, it is a really good idea to just drop by the place to see how it looks. You can ask the landlord for as much information as you need.
I eventually picked one that I found on the website through the Kijiji. I met a great landlord with great conditions.
I didn't expect at the beginning to live in a basement, but my basement is nice. You can try to find it more in Facebook than in Kijiji.
We know that students are using sites like Kijiji and Craigslist as well, and those can be helpful, and there are definitely a lot of listings on those sites. We just urge students to be cautious because that is where we see the most scams and red flags popping up. If you think that there might be a potential red flag or an issue, definitely reach out to us first. We have a lot of resources and a lot of advice that we can give to make sure that you find something great.
Please, please, please reach out to them. They are there for you, just for you.